So here I am again with another detail working on my Fiero's, one of my motors for my headlights. It went out. Unfortunately, I already cleaned the little ground up pins that were in there. All this stuff you see in there. Those were originally these pins. I got these from the Fiero store. These little pins, they usually go in there, like so. There's 3 of them. They're not supposed to have any grease in them. Anyways, they get destroyed and then they just pretty much get ground up, and that's why your headlights don't work no more. So that's what I'm working on today. This is my original one, and the black one over here is the one that came with the kit. I'm gonna keep my original one. It still looks in good condition. If it hadn't lost any teeth, then I would probably doubt about putting it back in there. But it still looks pretty good overall. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the original one. This is the one that's aftermarket. This is the original one. And I'm about ready to assemble. I've got all my parts nice and clean and dry. A little bit of grease here and there. A little bit of grease on the washers. Just a little tab and dab, not too much. Not overkill, just a little tiny bit. A little bit on the shaft right there. A little bit on the base over here. Grease around. Yes, nicely in there. Now the gear. Now here's the thing. I have to put these 3 little thingies in there. Maybe like that. One. It's gonna be one like that. And two more. A total of 3. Like so. And then I have to put this gear in like that. How is this? Oh, okay, I get it. So let's try it the other way. Let's try and put these in here. Like so. Put a little bit of grease on the shaft with my professional grease spreader here. A little bit of grease in the shaft here. Even though it's plastic on steel, still want to have a little bit of grease on there. There. Now it's in there as a little unit. Now we put this in there. Got my washers in there. See, am I going to be able to fit it in there? Okay. So, I can't put it in because, there we go. Never mind. I kind of like shoved it in there. So now it spins. I'm not a professional mechanic, by the way. I'm a hobbyist. This car, first time I saw it, the Fiero, was when I was in high school. And I couldn't get one then, obviously. I really did want one, but I wasn't able to. And I just discovered something. I put this in backwards. Doesn't go that way. Why don't you people tell me something? Great, great, great. So I was just saying that I'm not a mechanic, and this is what happens. There we go. So I got this in backwards. This goes in like so. But in doing so, I need to put in my other 3 little washers in there. Get my professional grease tool here. Put a little bit of grease right there. And on the inside, I'm using lithium grease, which closest resembles the grease that this had in it to begin with. So there's one, and then there's two, and then there's 3, and then there's a little bit on the gear over here like this, where it's gonna land. It lands right here, so a little bit right there. Okay. These go over here on this side. There we go. Now this goes like so. See how nicely that went in there? And I was forcing it the other way. I'm surprised I don't break more things more often. Jeez Louise. And then we'll just cap it off with this. Put a new gasket in there, and we'll see what happens. I was almost forgetting that I really need to grease the gear. Here we go again. I really need to grease the gear. All around the gear, because that's where it had the most grease. So that's how these little pins work. How magical is that? Awesome engineering. There we go. Simple yet complicated. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some grease on there with my finger now, because my super high-tech tool won't do here, but my finger will. Got my swamp cooler running in the background because it's pretty hot out here today. It's about 103 degrees right now. And getting warmer and hotter. Southwest. You want to live in the Southwest? You're going to be in the heat. Okay, got the grease in there. Now assemble it. Yay. There we go. And we'll just put the cap on. So, which one do you think is a better gasket? The used one, a little bit brittle, but yet still usable because it's okay all around, or the newer one? Let's go with the newer one. This does have a particular orientation, so it has to be particularly oriented in a way, otherwise it will not fit. needs to go around there and there. Make sure it seats around it. Hope I don't break it, man, my clumsy fingers. Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy. Well, at least I know it's going to be a good tight fit. Looks like this is going to take me more than a couple of minutes, so I'll be right back. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Check it out. I got it in there. So now we're going to go ahead and put this on there. So it has a little bit of grease. Dab a little bit more grease with my professional grease applier. Right here, a little bit of sarcasm there. I know. Got your washers right there. Are they there? Yep, they're there. So now it's time to put this, cover this baby back up. And bolt it back up, back down. Yeah. It does have some play, but not that bad, really. I don't know how much play is acceptable, but it does have some play. Where's my hardware? Over here. This is what is this? A 1/4, a 1/4. It's a 1/4 socket. Not over tighten them just yet. Just kind of like go easy until they get seated. Looks like getting seated nicely. So on this one, I'm going to go a little bit tighter. I'm not giving it like 10 pounds of torque, that's for sure. Just a little bit, enough to get that gasket nice and cozy in there. Don't overdo it because you will strip the threads on there. That's about it. There we go. That's that. I hope I don't forget anything from the inside. I hope I did not forget anything that goes on the inside, because I'm going to be like, what? So assemble the whole thing. So I have assembled everything onto the major assembly here. I did notice that one of the adjusters right here, it's broken. So if anybody knows where I can get one, let me know. This is broken. I don't care about this part though. I can get another one. But I don't know if I can get these separately, like at some auto parts store. It's going into the car now. Yay. Okay, it's in there now. Now it's the moment of truth. Oh yeah. Look at that. I would say that's a job completed. Cool. Thank you for watching.